This is a safe place for me to tell you something about what's going on in these streets. Now, I've learned something. I've learned about a term, and matter of fact, this is an emergency broadcast, because I learned about a term this weekend. It was in the New York Times. It's a term called heterofatalism. As the New York Times states, heterofatalism, it's the outlook of straight women frustrated with the dating behavior of men. The outlook of straight women frustrated with the dating behavior of men. So when you get into the fatalist, it means that they then do nothing when it comes to men. And they're alone. On one of Biz Marquis' albums, he had a song. It was on his album, I Need a Haircut. I think it came out in 91. But it was one that in the lawsuit, he got it scratched from the collection, so you probably can't find it. But he had a song, it went like this. I'm alone again, naturally. I'm alone again, naturally. Thank you. I'll be here all week. So heterofatalism. And right there, it just talked about, they defined it as women being frustrated with the dating behaviors of men. So then they end up stuck in the dugout and they don't go out dating and they don't find a man and they got their lives together and they got their Sex in the City shoes on and their girlfriend cliques go out to brunch and they end up empty-handed, empty-bedded. But that's not just for women. It's for men too. Sometimes men are heterofatalistic, right? If you think about it, I thought about it. In like the mid-90s, coming fresh off the bitches ain't shit era, I think there were a lot of men who felt they needed to be so mad at women and that not liking women was gay, but you was a sucker if you was too nice to a woman. If you didn't treat a woman like a woman, you was a sucker. Like I used to hang out with a dude. He was kind of like this. He had a girlfriend, longtime girlfriend. He'd be like, man, shut up, man. Man, go ahead, man. And be treating his lady like that. Like be treating his lady like she was his boy, right? It was so strange, but rumor had it that she ended up fucking some dudes who treated her like a lady. But that's a rumor. And as a matter of fact, that's almost the essence of why we fell out, because I broke the news to him, or at least broke the rumor mill to him. It was like, dude, people laughing behind your back. You up here treating her like the homie, and they treating her like the lady. And they pushing in the bush, and they're laughing at you when you come around. And he got mad at me. Like, nigga, go do some investigation. Don't get mad at me. I just get tired of them tapping me on the shoulder, giggling, laughing at you, and then you like my brother, right? But suckers are born every day, and sometimes you hang out with them, right? But I think in that heterofatalistic theme, just think about this. There are some people who feed into a narrative. They feed into the glass half empty narrative so much about the other sex, but we're going to stick to the script. Women feed into the narrative so much about men not being worth nothing that they actually end up despising everything that men are, and then they're freaking alone. And they might cuddle up and bunch of little carpet, maybe here and there, maybe. But they know it ain't the same. And I'm not talking people who have decided to be lesbians, and you could say fluid all you want. Say all that stuff. Throw all that stuff in the pot and mix it all up. But what I'm talking about is that women who desire men are left without men because they end up being told they should despise men. And that was written in the New York Times just this past weekend, and the term is heterofatalism. Don't be a victim. Welcome to episode 60 of Sorry for My Language. Get busy. Abrupt, ain't it? I'm Grindstone. I'm here to guide you through this journey of life and life's lessons here on the show. Sorry for my language. This is my show. It is sponsored by Grindstone Universal. So everybody go to grindstoneuniversal.com where the fashion is off the chain. The lifestyle's off the chain. This is where progress is made and truth is revealed and is shown. It's the epitome of urban luxury. As a matter of fact, let me keep it funky with you. Hold up. I'm wearing a shirt right now. Rollo. Ooh. I know you see it. I know you see it. I know you see these reflective stripes going down it. I know you see what I see. Hold on, man. Hold the damn circus trolley. We rocking out right now, ain't we? Ain't we? Brought to you by Grindstone Universal. This is Sorry for My Language, and we are rocking on. So, you know, when the economy's bad, primal behavior goes up. People start searching for food, comfort, the uncomfortable hunt. You know, people start weaponizing, even if it's weaponizing themselves. Like, I gotta be the optimal being. So shout out to everybody who's out there exercising. We appreciate that move. I'm glad that's happening in a bad economy. In the good economy, when all the money was flowing, I mean, like, whenever to 2006, when all the money was just flowing, everybody was fat. Wasn't nobody working out. You might get some gentle workouts here and there, but it wasn't the lifestyle that it is now. And I applaud everybody who's getting physically fit. Matter of fact, man, I don't know. I didn't count my push-ups, but my goal is to do 300 push-ups a day. That's what I used to do in 12th grade, really up through probably up to the time I was like 24, 25 years old. So from like 16 to 24, I was doing like 300 push-ups a day. And it was just a behavior, you know, but it gets you really strong, you know. It gets you like really fit, but you get really strong. You don't be all yoked up like that, but you kind of, you know, you sturdy, but it just gets you dumb strong. And so I figured I'd reinstitute that now. Back then I was doing, I mean, I varied how I did it, but it would be like 6 sets of 50. And sometimes I would do 10 sets. I started doing 10 sets of 30. Then I went to 5 sets of 60. 6 sets of 50. But now, you know, on mine, it's just really get it how you get it to stay physically fit. But in a bad economy, you started noticing these primal behaviors, right? So another thing that happens, the hoes are choosing. That's correct. Where is the man with the resources? Let me get to nesting. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but ever since the money been funny out here, I just, in the big sound of things, I don't hear all that, I'm a boss bitch, I'm a bad bitch. Do you? I do not hear any of that. I see a lot of teamwork going on. I see a lot of self-work going on. And I'm not mad at that because I thought that's where it needed to exist anyway. Like, people need to team up. People need to know who they are in the hierarchy of nature. This person has a tendency to do that. This person naturally has a tendency to do that. Just a lot of people who used to brag, they not really bragging no more. Bragging ain't sexy, and bragging, the only time bragging is primal is at a time of like a war victory. You know, it's like, yeah, I fucked him up. Yeah. You know, like if it's just like when the gorilla beats his chest, or when the lion roars because he killed the hyena or something, like something wild like that. Like, that's how a lion roars. I mean, you would think a lion's roar was different when you imagine it, but then when you hear a lion roar, it sounds like he just got bad gas. Same with an eagle. Like you would think an eagle would be like some old wild screech, but the sound that a bald eagle makes is not intimidating or sexy or nothing. It sounds like it's underwhelming. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Where we are right now, I'm trying to tell you that the environment is very primal, and the ladies are choosing up, and a lot of them are choosing wisely. Matter of fact, it just dropped on me today. I didn't know. I was minding my business. I don't even seek pop journalism and no shit like that, right? I get to scrolling and flipping about to close my phone and do something that's in my present space. Shout out to Deion Sanders. I found out that Coach Prime is cancer-free today. Oops. I guess he got to ring that cancer bell. Bow, I'm out of here, biatch. And I mean, he's really, on the scale of people, he's just really done high-level shit. You know, beat cancer, run some kickbacks, get some damn interceptions, be a media mogul and shit, you know. Can't say it's like the most revolutionary behavior, but in a way it is, because he did change a lot of shit. You know, I'm not here to bash him at all. Matter of fact, I'm here to big Coach Prime up for what I found out. What I found out today, as many of you have, this nigga been fucking with Karrueche. What? Say what? I'm gonna play this for him.
Oakland, California, that's where I'm from.
Don't stop. Please don't. Yeah. Please don't. Please don't. Uh-huh. Oh shit. Talk that shit, Coach Prime. Like never before. No. Coach Prime is macking on Karrueche. Now, Karrueche, she ain't been in the limelight lately, right? But she's a little cute little shorty. Shit, Chris Brown used to fuck with her, and he was really, really in love with her. But then, you know, he be having his crash out moments that kind of deaded that. And I really don't know her history. I didn't read through her Wikipedia like that, but I do know she's 5'1", and I think she's Vietnamese and black. So you know that turtle is snapping. It's for those of y'all who don't know, I'm gonna tell you what I know. I'm gonna tell you what I know, not what I think. Okay? If you have somebody who is Asian American mixed with somebody who's black, and their home life was relatively intact, like with their parents, like they had some connection with the Asian side, some connection with the black side. Shit didn't have to be 100, but if that shit was 75 and up, you know, this is what I know. It's some ancient customs and morals and just ways. And they're generally in the ways of peace and order that come down from that Asian side. And I don't give a fuck how Americanized she's been, as long as I don't really give a fuck. It don't matter. As long as she didn't choose white. Like, you know, Asian, they be having a choice. They could choose white or black, right? But if she did not choose like white living, because then they like erase the shit. They don't pass the language down. They just be fucking them off, trying to make them think they white. Might even get the eye surgery. Should be fucked up, right? But if they're Asian and they're straight, like keep it Asian, or they're Asian and black, they get some shit passed down that keeps the home environment in order. It keeps shit real cool, real easy. They don't really want that static. They might jump out there and talk that shit, get a little reckless, smoke a couple cigarettes in high school, act a damn fool. But then when they get into the womanhood, that shit kicks back in and they look for a man and they want to treat them motherfuckers like men. That's what I know. That's not what I heard. And the black side keeps them grounded to, you know, the real shit that's moving around in the aura, in the world, in the atmosphere, in the magnetosphere, in the stratosphere of life. They're grounded. That's that black stuff. So when you get that mix, and they're not trying to be black, and they're not trying, you know, they just know who they are. Man, that's a good woman right there. A lot of the times, that's a good woman. And so check this out though. That's not even what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is, in this primal environment, fucked up economy, you know, dissociated kind of dystopian shit we living in right now, she chose up. And she chose a player. She 37. He 57. She 5'1". He's 6'1". 6'2" or some shit. 6 foot, you know, some shit, some professional athlete height where you could do your thing. This shit ain't supposed to work amongst the standards of what, I don't know, whatever the fuck America tells you. This ain't supposed to be happening. He's supposed to be too old for that. Why you dating 20 years under? Baby, listen. Karrueche knows the play. Deion got about 3 toes. She was up in that hospital with him all the way up to the toes and the motherfucking, what's this shit? He did his cancer, his bladder surgery. Yeah, guess who in the hospital? Sitting there. Uh-huh. And you know she got the damn, a hell of a crock pot going at the house when he get home. You know that shit is cracking. And so in this hetero fatalist society, when women don't like men's behaviors, part of it is the way that men behave. But most of it is the way that women have looked at the way men behave and tried to change that shit, not knowing that that's how a man behaves. Now, Deion is doing his thing. He's, from the outside looking in, he's able to protect her, right? This nigga's an athlete. He'll hit you with one of them lefts, and he's definitely able to provide for her. And I'm sure he compliments her, and I don't know how their sex life is. You know, I don't know. However, she chose up. They made sense of it. She's there for better or for worse. More than likely, it's absolutely no reason for them to get married. Like, you know, he's been there, done that. I don't know how she lives in this world, but she playing it cool. And he put her on camera. You know what I'm saying? When neither of them was made up. So, ladies, in this society where you're just sick of men and da-da-da-da-da, there's another way to look at it. Look at that man as a man, not as a toy of yours, not as a a politically correct person who's going to adjust to the headlines of today and behave that way. No, look at a man as a man and just watch the process. Now, maybe you've had terrible experiences with men, maybe firsthand or maybe second or third hand when you were young, and that made you think that's like that behavior turns into you being treated this way. Maybe that's where you're going to need a little bit of therapy, and it's cool to heal, right? Because like I said, in the 90s, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks to all you bitches, hoes, and all that shit. Like the music was telling us that, man, cupcaking on a woman is super corny and whack, right? Now the R&B kept it live, but then even R&B turned gangsta and turned us against our women. But we shook that. And now men shamelessly go for women, date women, fuck with it, smell good for the women, all that shit. Now some dudes, I don't know what they be doing. I think they put that shit on for the men and use the women as tools still. Y'all know they got some learning. They got to stay in the batting cage a little longer till they come out and get on the diamond. But for the most part, for men, there's several women in the sea. And a lot of men really, really have no problem expressing to a lady that they fuck with her and that they want to do this and do that and they like her and they're tender to her and whatever. And now, mind you, this doesn't mean there's still a peanut gallery and, you know, men like to play, right? But if you find a heterofatalistic man, if he's not gay, he's probably just totally immature, you know, and he'll grow, right? I can't say that for the woman because I don't think the heterofatalistic mentality comes from a woman's immaturity. I think it comes from her vulnerability and being manipulated by media and her being told that, you know, like for a while, and I don't know if people still say this, but it was like a catchphrase, real simple one: men are trash. And you'd even have men saying this shit. They'd be like, shit, men are trash. Thinking that's getting them some brownie points, right? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm sure you're doing what you're doing in life because a man told you or showed you that this shit is the way, this shit is cool. Now, a woman probably supported you and a woman probably told you as well. But if you're a DJ, you probably saw that dude DJing one day and was like, damn, he's fucking it up. Or if you're a whatever the fuck you are, you probably saw somebody doing that and it was probably a man, right? Wouldn't a man mimic the behavior of a man who's higher up than him in the hierarchy of life? A lot of times it happens, believe it or not. Women are wonderfully supportive. Women are beautifully nurturing. Women are extremely fucking strong and impressive. But those qualities don't make men trash. And I think a lot of women have fed into that. And then you got to get a lot of suck-ass dudes who've also fed into that narrative. And then you got this choir of people saying men are trash. And then you're leaving the ladies fucking alone, right? The women are just sitting on the sidelines, twiddling thumbs like men in the 90s kind of were. Like, yeah, fuck that. I ain't loving no bitch. I ain't loving no bitch. Nigga, you're lonely. You're lonely. Just like in City of Gods. Did y'all see that movie, The City of God? Man, that was such an excellent movie. Goodness gracious. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It came out 2002. But just like when Benny told Z, he was like, Z, you need a girlfriend. Because all Lil Z wanted to do was just tear shit up. Like, he just wanted to go shoot people, start beefs, take over shit. He was just on go mode all the time, right? This man, Benny was getting just as much bread as he was, right? But Benny learned how to live. You know, he was like, man, I like this lady. I just want to listen to some rock music, smoke some J's, and live on a farm. I just want to chill out. Man, I've done this life already. I've done a favela, right? He found that part that allowed him to live a little, right? Lil Z didn't. So Lil Z was heterofatalistic. A lot of y'all women acting like Lil Z in City of God. Is I'm lying? Is I'm lying? Is I'm lying? I'm not lying, right? And it's a fucking shame. I don't care. Every time you go to a brunch, every time you go to a damn wine bar, anything where you got to dress half nice, it's like 6 women to every dude. And half of the dudes out of that every dude are married or some shit. It's just like, come on, ladies. Y'all got to step out with an open mind and get used to men again and get out of your imagination, or you'll be like that Biz Marquee song. I'm alone again, naturally. I'm alone again. It's a sound effect evening. But Deion and Karrueche figured out compatibility. They figured out something that's working. And she might have figured out money, and he might have figured out, I like her. She deserves this slice of the cake. We're fucking with it. And I think there's some part where somebody got to lay their sword down in the battlefield of love and be like, yeah, I fuck with that. And where everybody just got to identify what it is. And I think that's a prime example of identifying what it is. That's a prime example by Coach Prime to pluck that little 5'1" beauty out this jump. I mean, she don't have no bad scores on her report. Her social report is beautiful. I mean, yeah, she fucked with some rock stars, whatever. She was in the industry. But ain't no smut on her name, you know? So yeah, shout out to Karrueche and Deion. I mean, that shit, I'm never gonna wear no damn Colorado Buffalo bandwagon and shit just because the bandwagon arrived there a couple years ago and it's clown work. But that's my player partner. I ain't gonna lie about that. Deion Sanders is on some player shit, and Karrueche is on some shit for recognizing game, and I fuck with that. And so, heterofatalists, when you realize that that older man is fucking with that younger woman, and she's 37 years old. She ain't no damn baby, right? She's a tender 37. Oh, yeah. But she's a 37-year-old person, right? Now, when you see the 37 fucking with the 57, I know a lot of y'all like, niggas always want younger, you know, you want to talk all that stuff about how men want younger women. But because she's doing something right and you should peep game, she's sitting in the hospital with a 3-toed man. She's sitting in the hospital with him. In order for her to get into his life close enough to be in the hospital, imagine the game. Now, yeah, he likes the light-skinned mixed joints, right? But still, imagine the way that she had to exhibit to get under the wing of a wise man in his vulnerable time. And I just want you to know that that's a microcosm of what men like. Men like ease of operation, yet a driven, intelligent woman with ease of operation. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say that baby girl exhibited that. Because there are some chicks who'd be like, okay, well, you in the hospital, ew. I'ma call me when you done, you know, call me when you done. Right? And I think that's, if you're not like that at heart, I think that That's what the public perception gives a lot of the time with the with all this tough talking punk shit that I be hearing. And a lot of times I hear it online. Sometimes I actually do hear it in actual convo. But I'm just saying, man, that's gonna feed the machine that grows. And that machine is that of a hetero fatalistic lifestyle. Baby, we in primal time. Shit's getting lean. Shit's changing. You know, being alone and thinking you're just gonna remain tough, you're gonna get battle fatigue. You know what battle fatigue is? In a war, soldiers and warriors and people who are at war and citizens when times are tough, they're out on the battlefield fighting so much they often forget why they're fighting. They're fatigued. They don't even know what the fight is about anymore. They're not sharp anymore. They're not refreshed. They're not even standing firm in their conviction. They're just standing. And a lot of y'all would-be daters are on that battlefield, fatigued, unable to make your best decision, unable to see your freshest perspective. And that's what we got going on right here. You know? So, man, on the dating frontier, man, I just think that we get an all-star play from a perennial all-pro, Deion Sanders. Man, him and Karrueche have broken that's breaking news to me, and that shit says a lot by saying a little. Yeah. That says a lot by saying a little. And it says a lot. A lot of which I've already said in these past however long I've been talking about it. But I'm highly impressed, and I'm thankful that some people get it. And I'm hopeful that more of y'all lonely motherfuckers get it. Because why be lonely, you know? Or what you gonna do? I'm gonna go out with my brother. I'm gonna go out with my gay friend. Is that what y'all gonna be doing? And then meanwhile, you got some dude in the wings is up here really on the DL, scared to come out, agreeing with all bad narratives about men and dating and all that, but like that dude is scared to death to commit to a woman. Is that what y'all gonna be dealing with forever? Come on, we could do better than that. Come on, black and Asians. Come on, blacks. Come on, Asians. We could do better than that. My whites and Latinos too. We could do better, right? Get to your primal shit, man. Get to who the fuck you are and not who they told you are. They lied to you, man. The weak people who were able to get control of the imagery told you something other than what it is. You need to get back to what it is and be it and seek it. And through that, you'll find the happiness and the fulfillment that you need in others. That's for sure. Church. Oh, these old things. If you like these shoes, these are some Giuseppe Zanottis that I got in Paris, France. My connect from Italy got me together. I got a couple joints, right? They're not on the website yet. I know I said I put them on the website. These are size 42 and a half. I'm more than positive you ain't ever seen no joints like this. These Giuseppe Zanotti every shoe is a work of art, damn near. You know, it's just like beautiful. So throughout the podcast, I figured I started putting merchandise up here. Some things from the website, some cool shit that I find. And these motherfuckers are cool. So check the website, keep checking. And these will probably be, when you go on grindstoneuniversal.com, go on the section that says ultra rare. Like I have different sections. Go on the one that says ultra rare on grindstoneuniversal.com. And that's when I have like, that's the fly shit is everywhere, but that's where the expensive shit reside. Yeah. But anyway, man, I don't want you to live a lonely life through a narrative that you've been fed. You know, I think the one of the heterofatalistic gum that you just chewed and it became part of you, I think that you could dump that. I don't think that needs to be part of anything that you attach to or claim. I think that there's a bright side, and you just have to go to the bright side. You know? Deion found him a woman who fucks with it, and Karrueche found her a man who's gonna pay for it. Hey, you know, hey. And I'm not telling y'all to go out there and get under the wing of a trick. And I'm not telling you men to go trick. But I'm just saying find a happy medium, you know? Find somebody who takes care of your needs where both of y'all have this agreement and ain't nobody fooling nobody. So I guess this is a lament of togetherness. I'm Grindstone, and I'm just here to sharpen your pencil. I'm just here to defrost your windshield. For episode 60 of Sorry for My Language. Find peace.